Hello! Today we're going to take a look at what we've learned so far in HTML, as well as start an introduction to CSS. So let's recap. In HTML, we covered many things. The first one was that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is used to organize the content of a website. To write in HTML language, there are some rules to keep in mind. There is a specific structure called tags that some come in pairs and others come alone. In HTML, you organize what information goes to the browser and which goes to the user through using two types of tags, the head and the body. What goes in the head is information for the browser, and what goes to the body is information for the user. Let's talk about the head first. All the information here helps search engines like Google, Yahoo, or Bing to find and index your website within their database. For this class, we'll focus on the following elements: title, meta description, meta keywords, and the link tag. Title is used to provide an overall title for your website. This information is displayed on the tab of the browser and when you search for a website. The meta tag has a couple functions. Here we'll see description and keywords. The description type of meta tag allows for you to add a longer description of what your website is about. This information helps search engines and shows up when someone searches for your website. The meta keywords works much like hashtags on Twitter or Instagram, but instead of using hashtags, you separate the tags between commas. Lastly, the link tag. Here we'll use the link tag to connect our HTML page with its style sheet. We have to tell the browser that this page is accompanied by another file that makes it look cool. It works similarly for when we add images to our HTML. We need to tell the browser where the CSS file is, and that's why there's an href inside this tag too. Alright, that's what we have for the head. Let's move on to the body. Inside the body is where we add content that users will see and or interact with. Inside the body, there are some subdivision tags that will help you further organize your content. The header tag, which is different than the head, is used for all the important things that are at the top of a web page, like the logo and the navigation. Navigations are special too, so they have their own tag called nav. After that, there are some content organizers like article and section, as well as if you have some information to put on the side of a website. Then you use the aside tag. To finish it all off, we have the footer, where the copyright goes and contact information too, usually. If these categories aren't enough, you can create your own by using a div tag and couple it with class or an ID. Multiple elements can have the same class versus only one element can have an ID. Both help you be specific when styling your content. And IDs also allow you to link elements on the same page because they are unique. Now that we have recapped, let's take a look at what's to come. CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on screen. One CSS style sheet can control the style of multiple pages at once, which saves a lot of time. CSS is used to define styles for your web page, including the design, layout, and variations in display for different devices and screen sizes. How to write in CSS? Here are some rules, and let's break it down. There is a selector and a declaration with a property and a value. The selector points to the HTML element you want to style. The declaration block contains one or more declarations separated by semicolons. Each declaration includes a CSS property name and a value separated by a colon. Multiple CSS declarations are separated with semicolons, and declaration blocks are surrounded by curly braces. Next class, we'll talk a lot more about selectors, how to add a CSS style sheet, and how to comment in CSS file. Alright, that's what I had for today. I hope you learned something new and you're excited to start learning about CSS. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.